Hey, welcome back to the shed. So as you can see, I'm back at it again, buying more new old stock frames. Now this particular frame happens to be a Polygon Vander T8, and it's actually a 2021 frame. It has fairly modern geometry. And this here is my Lotus, so you might remember from some other videos, has very old school geometry. I've enjoyed riding it, but it's time to update with a newer frame and newer suspension setup. Now, normally, if you watch my videos, you know we'd be at the whiteboard, we'd be doing math, we'd be going over all the geometry and the dimensions and all that. We're going to skip that this time. We're going to throw this bike together. We're going to head out to Clayton Park and do some downhill runs. And while I'm riding, we'll be talking about the bike. We'll talk about the different geometry. I'll tell you what's different, what's better. Hopefully, it'll all be better. Hopefully, I'm not telling you nothing is worse. If that happens, it happens. But we're gonna take it for a ride and just see what happens. So let's get to it. Let's throw this thing together. So one thing I did want to mention is I paid $400 for this frame, which I think was a pretty good price for something with fairly modern geometry. But I've been studying the Sam Pilgrim method of bicycle mechanics. And I've done a few small things, but I never did nothing as big as a frame. So this is going to be a little tricky, but I think we can pull it off. You ready? All right, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Eddie, that worked pretty good. All right, enough talk though. Let's get to the trail and try this thing out. Hey, so here we are, me and Mullet Man out at Clayton Park. We're gonna do some riding, and the whole time I'm gonna be describing you what's going on with the bike. It's kind of a wet, humid day, but it's getting to be like the UK in New Jersey. If you don't ride in the rain, you're not gonna be riding, so let's go do what we could do. One dimension, this frame is a little heavier. The frame itself was 7.5 pounds, which about 3 pounds more than a Lotus frame. So the bike's a little heavy at 33.5 pounds. Head tube angle's listed at 66, but being a mullet, 27.5, 29. Right now it's sitting at 64 degrees. So you missed me almost crashing because the camera wasn't on. Oh man, all this is washing out. All right. They've really been working here, and I don't want to ride and tear this stuff up. Man, I really like the 64 degree head tube angle. I can tell already, I like it. Top tube's a little longer than I'm used to. And I think I like it. Man, the bike seems very lively. Chain stays are 438 millimeter, which is basically 20 millimeters shorter than the Lotus. I got my 9-speed back on it. Which I really like over running a 10-speed. Some water laying there. Haven't been on a bike out here this year at all, but oh. All right, hopefully it's recording again. Man, this bike is so lively, man. It just moves. It's like telepathic. Still no good at uphills for me. Well, the bike is, which is me. Now my back brake seems to have a little bit of air in it, I think. I bled them, but The engagement's kind of far in. So I don't know if we got this in other clips, but the bike is a mullet, 27.5, 29 the front. It's got a X-Fusion Trace fork with a rough cut damper. And it's a X-Fusion 02 rear shock. About 190 pounds there in the back. I think about 74 in the front. Running a Victoria Goma rear tire. And a Specialized Butcher, I think, on the front. Almost got a look. Tubeless. I got 25 in bolts front and back today. MT200 brakes. That thing may be reaching their limit. Whew.
Good going.
Oh man. That was rough. Oh boy.
What was that?
Whoa, watch it, that's pretty slippery. Always get a lot of speed through here. This is some slippery stuff today, man. I should have had the tires a little lower. Ooh. Yep, that wasn't good. Stay in the line. I couldn't hold it, it's so slippery. They're just too slippery. Yuck. As you can probably see, we're full of mud. It's raining. Had a good ride though. I gotta say overall this bike handles awesome. When I'm up on the pedals, I'm standing in the middle of the bike. It's like really balanced. It's a Vander T8 from Polygon. Don't know why they stopped making them, but really good bike. I'm really happy with it. And that about covers it. I'll catch you next time on Shed.